let's do Shang-Chi first because you're super late on that. I'm assuming everyone has watched it. Yeah. So
Bobby has watched it. He watched with me. I mean, I watched with him.
alright. So do we still need to do a non-spoiler review?
No, screw that. It's been a month.
Screw that, right?
It's been a
alright.
month.
It's been a month. Alright.
Do we need to put up the spoiler warning?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, might as well.
Just in case, why not? Yeah.
So yeah, spoiler alert. You're going to go in depth to Shang-Chi. So yeah, if you haven't watched
that has been released for a month.
Yeah. I think it should be out on November 12th, I think, on streaming.
They're doing a Disney Plus day, and with Shang-Chi is gonna be out then.
Yeah, whenever that is, yeah. So yeah, wait for that, I guess. But yeah, so Shang-Chi. Honestly, it's better than I expected. It's way better than I expected. Like, because before this, the only one that really likes the movie is Albert, to my knowledge.
The one that's like really looking forward to it, I think, was.
Well, I wasn't even looking forward to it.
Oh really?
No,
I remember Albert.
Go watch back all of our videos
Yeah.
or even our group chat. I wasn't really looking forward to this film.
Yeah, that's the thing. None of us were really looking forward to this. It's just that after Albert watched it, he's like, "This is so damn good," kind of thing.
Here, after I watched it the first time, I was okay with it. You guys remember my comments, sort of like, okay, cool action, everything. I was okay with it.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. The second time I watched it, I'm like, "Fuck, this film is so cool." It's the second watch it makes me like go.
It's like before that, like when I asked my friend that watch it here, all of them say kind of like, very cool action, great action scenes and everything, but the plot is standard MCU kind of thing, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, not it wasn't a must watch that time at least. But I watched it. It's like, sure, I can see the cliche or like the standard MCU plot kind of thing, I guess. But it's different enough that it doesn't feel standard. Tagu can agree with me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. Shang-Chi is badass, yeah, that's true, Samuelstein. And yeah, after watching it, I think we can all agree that the bus fight scene is definitely top 10 worthy when we're doing the top 10 MCU scene. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't in ours, but I think Albert put it in his.
Albert 6, I think, or 7, one of those.
Yeah.
And there's so many cool scenes too, not just that one. I mean, like obviously that one is the biggest standout because that's like actually awesome. Because it's the first time you saw him in action, so it's really cool. And then the whole stunt and everything. And I love that there's still comedy involved with the guy that's just videotaping everything. That's also that same guy. Apparently, is the same guy from Spider-Man: Homecoming that tells Peter Parker to do a flip.
Oh, really?
Like, the one in the bottom. Hey, Spider-Man!
I remember
it's the same
that
person.
Oh,
it's the same person. Okay.
If you saw the face, it's the same exact.
Well, he got more lines now.
He moved from New York to San Francisco.
Yeah. What else? No, apparently the stunt choreographer or something like that is like they used to work a lot with Jackie Chan back in the days.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy in the end when it says like in memory of
Red Island. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, he works with he stunt choreographed a lot with like Jackie Chan back then. So that's how when I first saw the what's his name? Shang-Chi, when he used his jacket to like disarm the enemy in the bus scene. I was like, that's like very Jackie Chan.
Yeah, that's a Jackie Chan move.
Yeah, that's very Jackie Chan. So yeah, there's that. The actions, Avik, I guess, can't go on.
Oh, I want to mention like this was before I watched the movie. I watched the movie a bit later than everyone else.
Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday, literally.
That's so fresh for Avik.
Yeah, Tago told me like, the action scenes are good. Like you can feel the punches. Like that's the part where you told me about, and I was like,
yeah.
Then when I saw it, like I get what you mean. Like their punches doesn't seem like the typical like Chinese action films where like just like very quick and light, but no, you can actually feel the.
Yeah, their weight to it. A lot of weight
to their punches.
Yeah, the visuals had like proper like. It looked like that. There was proper base to it. It wasn't like like you know how a lot of like, especially I don't know, for some reason Ip Man is stuck in my head. Like in all of those, it's just like it's very fluid, very fast, and it feels like the guy's just giving the other guy a massage.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, off stream, like he's just.
Yeah, but in here, like you're actually like hurting the enemy. It's like, okay, I like it. I appreciate this. You know.
Yeah.
It's fresh.
It's like the fight scenes are both like intense yet elegant at the same time, and I think it's because of the mix. I it's like I don't know if this is true, but it seems like they're mixing two martial arts together. The one Wenwu's style and the style that is I forget the name of the mother. But obviously, Talo is the name of the place, but Talo have their own martial arts. And like whenever everyone from Talo and they do martial arts, I always think like that is like Aang from the last Airbenders movement, just because everything floats around them like that's airbending. But like the movement is like that type, it's like elegant, fluid, kind of thing. So
actually, I wanted to mention about that. I forgot the guy's name. Basically, Shang-Chi's dad when he first met his mom.
Wenwu.
When he first met his mom, like the way like she fought was so like the old style Chinese action movie. Because like, she was kind of like flying and floating around, but it didn't. But the funny thing is, like, it didn't look weird when she did it.
Yeah,
like, I thought it would look weird, like in most of those movies, but it didn't look weird. It looked actually pretty
majestic, I would say.
Pretty majestic,
yeah.
I will say it did feel a bit weird when Shang-Chi did that move where he like spun his leg to make the circle. That felt a bit off, but you know what? I'll let it slide.
I swear to God, I thought Wenwu. Then it's like, remember in the first scene when Wenwu was fighting with his wife thing? It's like there's the scene when like the arms like locked and is like spinning around kind of thing. Then they share the moment.
Yeah.
They had the same moment with Shang-Chi. With Shang-Chi at the end. I thought the dad fell in love with Shang-Chi.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Silly COVID. Silly COVID. silly COVID.
Oh man.
Why is everyone just saying boot?
Boot COVID. Oh, no.
Silly COVID. Stop that.
Yeah.
Still another point I want to discuss is that they were able to implement like how in fighting movies there's always like a style to it. Like for example, you see like John Wick, their style of fighting is a bit more like grounded and professional or whatever, and it stays like that throughout the movie. Like Shang-Chi was like the first time we saw him fight. It was a more grounded fight. Like he was fighting in a bus and everything, but then in the end he was like fighting this big dragon with these rings and everything. So I don't know, it's like
so anime.
Yeah, I just like how the fight scenes went from like kind of grounded to magical kung fu.
And it doesn't. The best part is that it doesn't. Yeah, it really does. Especially when like he literally, when Wu throws all the rings and it's just like I was like, he's gonna do Kamehameha. What the fuck? I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's the thing. Though, it's like it's not weird, even though there's like
feels natural. It feels natural.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. Bob Zilla said Wenwu style, Wing Chun, and Wing Chun Hunger style, firebending. What?
All right.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know Bobby was into this. Is he like a secret martial artist that I've never known?
Wait. At the start, at one point, Wenwu did say that at one point he was called Master Khan. Is he Genghis Khan?
I mean, it did say that he conquered, most of the world.
Yeah. So is he Genghis Khan?
I don't know.
I mean, they call him Master Khan according to him.
But Khan is just also means like another title for king. Last I heard.
Is it?
Somewhere.
Yeah.
It can mean
Master King.
Yeah.
Master King.
Master King.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what you mean. Okay.
Everyone's performance is really good in this film. Simu Liu is a fucking star, bro. He's literally his like Disney's number one. He's like Marvel's number one person now in terms of everything, because like he's their it boy basically right now. And like I mean, Aquafina is okay. I don't hate her in this film. She's all right.
Yeah, she's alright.
I don't know how do you guys feel about Awkwafina, because I think most people don't really like her in this film.
I didn't really mind her that much, actually.
Didn't mind her.
I didn't like her that much, but I didn't hate her.
Yeah.
Not here. The only thing that I don't like about Aquafina is the ending.
Which is hard.
When the one where she like pulls out the arrow, shoots the throat thing.
Yeah, that's sort of a Deus Ex Machina.
It's like kind of, she only like she even said it, she only been using this like for one day, and she's like doing the most what's the name important shot basically, but
and in the end she admits like, oh, I've only been practicing for like 2 days.
It's like sure, I would probably like count that as just like one of those beginner's luck kind of thing, but damn, I don't really want a beginner's luck for the conclusion,
Yeah, they make her as the comedic relief of this film, really. Yeah. Hopefully, there is more serious parts to her character because she's good and she do serious roles.
I would rather see Shang-Chi jumps into the stomach of the soul eater thing and just like explode with the ring. I feel like that's cooler.
Well, like what's his name? Like Drax, yeah.
Like Drax. I feel like that would be cooler, honestly.
Michelle Yeoh is great. Fala Chen as Yin Lee, who plays the mother, is good. Obviously, this is Tony Leung's first Hollywood film.
I think so.
It is his first Hollywood film. So that's okay. He's a huge star in China or Hong Kong. I don't want to misquote.
Well, one of those.
But he's a huge star. Hong Kong, but Meng'er Zhang, who plays Xialing, this is her first film, and that's like just
got spoiled by that.
It's such a great performance for a first film ever.
It is. And then like at the end, is it her first performance?
This is her first film ever. She has done theater in the past. She's never been in any film, which is why she get lots of advice. I read behind the scenes. She got lots of advice.
Oh no.
From Ben Kingsley, because Ben Kingsley is a theater actor as well, right? And he's back here as Trevor Slattery, and I love him in this film. So she got lots of advice in terms of framing and everything, because like theater and film is different.
Dude, she is at the last end credit scene, she is such a boss in that. I don't know what. Yeah.
So she finally she took over the 10 rings.
She took over the 10 rings, and then just the whole vibe. I'm like, damn. She's such a boss in that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I like her, and it was cool.
Yeah.
The only thing I want to add is this: I just like the fact that they made a reference to Iron Man 3, with the Trevor's the whole story before Trevor.
Yeah.
like the something about like the Americans are scared of an orange, something like that. That's what I heard.
That's what Wenwu said.
Yeah.
And then he's actually like really good, especially at the end when Boris is like, oh no, don't die. It's alright, buddy. I'm just acting. So come here.
I love that scene, and like one of my favorite scenes is also when he talked about his history and why he decided to start acting. He's like, I watched Planet of the Apes, and if you could teach the apes how to act, I'm like, okay, so he didn't get the point.
Especially the fact that Albert just watched Planet of the Apes like a few weeks ago, as well.
Yeah. How did they teach those apes to act?
God damn. The fight scene in the what's the name? In the tower, I guess the second when they're in.
Oh yeah,
in
Macau. In Macau.
Yeah, in Macau. Yeah, it's like I know they're not. It's like sometimes they like to show how far it is, and whenever I see that, I'm like just like. I don't know.
If it's on 3D, it will feel just like the Spider-Man Homecoming when he's on top of the Washington Monument.
Yeah,
that was a 3D experience.
But yeah, that fight scene was cool. What do you think of the dad? I think the dad is really like
Bro,
like
Marvel's
Chinese
best
mafia.
villains are their fathers, bro. Literally, think of all the Marvel's best villains. Most of them are fathers.
Not Killmonger.
Yeah,
Not
not
Loki.
Killmonger. Thanos,
Thanos, yeah.
Vulture.
Okay.
Vulture is a good villain. People
I
can
agree.
argue Ego is a pretty good villain as well.
Yeah,
I
Let's
guess
see. Who else is?
that's three.
Let's see, villains.
that's three. That's three.
That's three. The other, yeah, that's three.
I'm blanking. There's more. Hold on.
All right, sure.
I'm going through the films. You guys keep talking while I'm going through.
But yeah, what was I gonna say just now? Just I don't know his style. I don't know he roll up his suit, his sleeves, on his suit. I don't know. It's just a pretty cool look, I guess.
I thought this needed to be said.
Bob Villa's. Oh no!
Everyone literally loves Tony Leung, man.
Yeah.
Like, because they never seen him in most Americans never seen him in any film. He's like only in Hong Kong, and like people are like, who the hell is he? What a dad! Everyone's like that. Everyone that's talked to.
No, we haven't been talking about this, but yeah. The 10 Rings itself. God damn, it looks great. Like we've seen bits of it on the trailer, and it looks great in the trailer, but just the way how
apparently those are the only 3 dads, by the way. Those are good. Those are good villains, but
yeah,
fair enough.
Just the way that how the 10 Rings is used, it looks very cool. Especially like when the father boosts himself up, and then like before he lands, he boosts it again so he doesn't break his legs, I guess. I don't know. That's just cool. And then when destroying the wall thingy, everything goes to one arm.
He's like did this transferred.
Yeah, transferred. Cool.
That's cool.
So cool.
That was
so cool.
It's I'm so glad they didn't go the comic route and they make this
the rings.
Because in the comics it's literally just like an elemental ring and stuff, and it wouldn't translate to martial arts. And with this, it become an extension of oneself in terms of fighting. My biggest issue with the ring is the power levels sometimes fluctuate. It seems like at one point it can literally rattle a whole wall, and at one point you punch someone and they don't die. So it's
I think that's just him controlling the power. Maybe
probably.
I guess so, but yeah.
Maybe doesn't want to.
Well, honestly, we wouldn't know the real power level of the rings until we meet with like Captain Shields or like Mjolnir, Stormbreaker, things like that. Yeah.
Fair. But I mean, he did like.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
He pushed down the Dweller in Darkness, was just like I think that's his name. The big Soul Eater, the Mega Ultra Soul Eater. I mean, he literally demolished that creature, so that's like pretty powerful.
Yeah. What else is there to say?
I love the score, the theme song. Not just the soundtrack. Soundtrack is cool on its own. One of the best soundtracks in Marvel, in my opinion. But the theme song, it's like the main theme of Shang-Chi. It's so beautiful. It's so great.
True. Yeah. I like the creatures. There's actual Kirin. There's Chinese Kirin. That looks cool. There's Q. There's Naruto the man who would appreciate it. There's QB, the nine fox, the 9-tail fox.
Oh yeah.
I was like, hey, that's 9 tails.
Isn't the Galarian of Alolan is white?
Alolan.
Yeah, Alolan, right? Yeah.
Totally a nice type.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool to see that. And dude, Barong size looks so damn cool. God damn.
They're not just people in those things anymore. They're actually.
That was my reaction. And no one, when I was watching it, no one else got the reference because I was watching with a bunch of white friends, right? And like no one else, I'm like, that's a Barong. That's like a Chinese lion, and it's so fucking cool.
That was so cool. And also, me and Tagul got a lot more enjoyment when watching this, just because like we understand, quite a bit of Chinese, right?
I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah. So when they're talking Chinese stuff, it's like me. We didn't watch it together, but we
we were like, I understood that.
I'm like, I don't need subtitles for that. Yeah, that was that makes it more fun to watch. Just figuring out which Chinese we
I only
know.
understood. I only understood one guy. You know when his dad, when Wu broke into like the blackjack table or whatever,
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
started
yeah.
beating up some people in front of young Shang-Chi, and then
That is
he
one of the
threatened the
coolest
guy.
scene as well.
That was a
Because
pretty
he
cool
gets
scene, yeah.
shot through
But
the
That's
mirror.
badass.
Oh.
yeah, but you know when he's like threatening the guys, like, "Where's your boss?" And he says like, "What would you tell?" Like, I know what that means. It's the only thing I know in
The
Chinese.
one
I
spoiler
don't
that I
know
want to
anything.
ask in terms of the Chinese, apparently, because I mentioned this off call, like how some of the words doesn't translate exactly the subtitle. The one thing that I'm talking about was when they arrive in Talo, and then there is the old archer dude that teaches Katie how to archer. Like he mentioned something like you're not supposed to wear or whatever, and when Wu mentioned something, and then when Wu the subtitle says like I've lived 1,000 of your lifetime, young man, or something like that. But apparently he's not saying that in the actual Chinese translation. It's like he mentioned.
Oh, was it not?
I don't know if that's true or not, but I found that somewhere else. But I don't know. So yeah.
So what did he say, huh?
I mean,
It's like
again,
it's a metaphor, something to do with a grain of rice. I'm trying
yeah,
to see if
again,
I can find it.
I think it's more like of it wouldn't translate like if you just translate directly like what they would say at that time, it wouldn't directly translate, so they have to what's the name?
Okay,
Interpret it in a different way
okay,
for
so
English.
yes, it's basically instead of saying I've lived 1,000 of your lifetime, 1,000 of your lifetime, young boy, it basically translates to I've eaten more salt than you've eaten rice.
Yeah, see,
No.
If,
See, if you get that in English, you would
that's
understand
badass.
it.
That's badass. Dude. That's a quote. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, but it just doesn't fit, though, does it?
It
Yeah,
makes sense on
it
its movie.
doesn't fit to the about it.
It
Yeah.
doesn't really fit as a threat, especially. Like,
But
imagine threatening
I
someone with
appreciate
rice.
that. I appreciate that they are willing to go as far as more of the Chinese. It feels natural.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
understood. Right.
Yeah, so
See, he also understood his Chinese. There's a lot of
yes.
eight.
Learn your Chinese, boyo.
I know what Wichita. That's good enough. Okay, I go to China. They ask me something. I'll just say what Wichita.
Wichita.
It's not like tough, because I don't know is an answer to anything.
Exactly. Anything else about the movie that we might have missed?
I very much appreciate that they, because I was a little bit. Well, it wasn't in my brain when I watched it. But I was like always how Shang-Chi is gonna fit in the bigger MCU universe, and they directly bring him in the end of the film, so we don't have to wait for the next film or the next team up film to introduce him. Because at the post-credit scene, they literally introduce him to the team with Captain Marvel and like with Bruce Banner, which is now he's back to human form, which is
I was a bit confused with that.
But they literally directly introduce him, so that's cool. Yeah, from the snap.
From the snap, yeah, his arm is still wounded. Yeah.
But I'm glad that we don't have to wait for to literally like the next Avengers film, halfway through the film, introduce Shang-Chi. No, we already know he's part of the team right now. So it's like it's right away. So yeah, let's go.
Wait, I have a question. So I probably forgot. So it's Talo?
Talo is a place.
No. So Talo is it a different dimension or Wakanda thing?
I want to say it's a Wakanda thing.
I want to say it's a Wakanda thing, but
because I thought it was a different dimension. Yeah. I mean, like, why would there be the mythical creature?
They described it as a different dimension with like portals and shit.
That's what they described it, yeah. But like, what it is actually like, we've never seen it compared before. What is Talo in the comic?
It's not a thing.
It's not a thing in the comic,
as far as I know of.
I don't know, and like even what's his name, the aunt.
Oh, it is. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a pocket dimension. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I was thinking it if it's not a Wakanda thing, I'm thinking it of like sort of a port in between like portal kind of thing. Like it's not a different dimension. It's not Earth. It's like the gateway. So that's how I always saw it as. But now that you say it, it makes sense that Talo is sort of compared to, if I can remember, and if Kelvin knows this from the comics, as Kunlun of Iron Fist, because it's a place on Earth, but it's its own realm, right? So Talo is sort of like that, sort of like its own realm. It's like a pocket dimension sort of thing.
Okay.
In the comics, at least. So that would make sense.
All right. Maybe no, I was thinking like because that's the thing, right? I was thinking like if it's a different dimension, it's like maybe that's why they couldn't figure out why the 10 rings is not Chitauri or.
Well, but the ring doesn't come from there.
That's the thing. Yeah, I know.
Wenwu got the ring. They never explained how Wenwu got the ring. Which
yeah, maybe it's like it's like someone is like whoop-a-dee-doo falls off the portal and just like ends up somewhere.
if they do the comics origins, the ring are from outer space, from some alien race. I forget the name of the alien race. So if they do that,
probably
it makes sense too.
Yeah.
Also, can we just appreciate? I try to think, which I don't think you could think of unless it's animation, of a very high budget, good looking quality Asian dragon in the cinema. People always depict people always depict the European dragons with like the wings and the arms, but like Asian long dragon, it's never seen in like a very good quality. And this one looks incredible. The special effects is great in this film.
Usually, yeah, that's true. The serpent dragon does look.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that often in big screen outside of animation.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. I like that. It looks way cooler than I thought it would.
So man, I'm pretty sure if you watch Chinese movies, there's a lot of dragons in there.
Right, but I doubt it's as good as quality as this.
Well, it is Disney.
Yeah. I doubt it's as good a quality.
It is Disney.
Yeah, I do actually like the fact that the dragon doesn't look weird, even though it's the Chinese mythology depiction.
It looks really cool.
That's great.
Looks cool. I like how the dragon looks. Something I would carve in Monster Hunter.
Okay. Soon, Narek, soon. Yeah.
That's all we have to say.
I really love this film. How would you? Do you guys know where you will rank it in your MCU rankings?
So out of all the MCU movies, I haven't really thought about that yet.
If it's just the number rating, I'd probably just give it like an 8.5 out of 10. I was gonna say 9, but I think 9's a bit.
Wait, Albert, you mean the rating or?
I was talking about ranking in terms of where would you rank it, but rating works.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know.
But you guys haven't thought of it.
I mean, like, right? I'm waiting for like the rest of the movies this year to come out first. Then I'll think about it. The other MCU movies, yeah.
What about you?
Should be up there though.
I don't know the ranking, but rating, I think I'm on the same boat with Arek.
But you guys think it's on the upper half?
Yes.
Yeah. I agree. It's
because I have Letterboxd, so it's easier. My rating shifted my rating shifted all the time. But right now it's my number 8 of MCU films. But I'm planning to rewatch WandaVision to see how it feels because I didn't watch it like you guys. I watch it week to week, and I'm planning to watch it like in one sitting to see if it feels any different. Which Black Widow is 19 out of 28.
The thing is, Albert, when you rewatch WandaVision, you really know what's gonna happen though.
Right, but I feel like my experience will slightly be different from watching it week to week to watching it all in one sitting. So I'm curious. Before the end of the year, I'm planning to rewatch WandaVision.
Yeah, sure.
Because Doctor Strange is the first thing that's coming out next year, so I might as well rewatch it before the end of the year.
Right. So yeah, 8.5 from. What was your rating, Bert?
My most recent rating, I put it at a 4.5, so that's a 9-star.
All right, so 9 from Albert, 8.5 from the rest of us. Yes. Yeah. All right, so that's pretty much our thoughts on Shang-Chi and the Legends of the 10 Rings. Yeah. Tell us how you guys feel, I guess, about the movie. How would you rate it? Yeah, put in a chat,